Hello again. Here we are. After a bit of break, I have been rebuilding my gaming station from the zero and doing a little bit of plans of 3D printing and possibly building home cockpits for certain aeroplanes, but more about those a bit later. If everything goes smoothly with our flight today, I might show either during the cruise bit of the plans I have had, or then after the flight, just to give a little sneak peek what's upcoming. But today we have Daniel from AviacaoTV again. It's your third flight?
Fourth, I think.
Fourth. We had one Boeing and then
2 Airbus.
yeah.
It's number 4.
And we are flying from Lisbon to Ponta Delgada. We are a bit unlucky, at least for now, if the wind will not change, because the arrival runway in Ponta Delgada would be runway 12, which doesn't have ILS.
And it's a backtrack, I think, as well.
So we will see.
We'll see.
We are still kind of hoping for the winds to switch direction, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Then in the end, manual landing is also part of the threat, so
Hooray.
hooray.
my third time on the Airbus, I think.
And today I have done a bit differently. I have already programmed the MCDU and done all the pre-flight checklists, so we can jump straight to pushback clearance and starting the engines and concentrate on the actual flying today. We have done so many times already the full checklist from the beginning that today we thought about just enjoying the flight, and that's it. So, without further ado, I will let Daniel to take over and start the fun part. I did the pre-flight checklist in the morning.
Yeah, those are the bits I hate. So. Right. I just get my bearings here. Okay. So just get my bearings with buttons. So another reset. In, out. Okay. Look a bit familiar, guys. Oh, look at that. This new scenery.
Yeah, I just downloaded it this morning. I woke up so early that I had extra time.
Look at that. I can see my house. I'm just having a little look, guys, just before he... Terminal 1 at Lisbon. Okay.
Can you quickly test the rudder pedals, because sometimes they disconnect when they are not in use. Okay, they are working perfect.
Yeah, it's looking good. So
Yeah.
it's the FMC's all preset and everything.
Everything's put,
Okay.
except our approach procedures, because we don't know them yet, but takeoff performance, flight plan, takeoff, departure processes, all done.
Thrust levers at high. Check as required. Okay, just check where we're up to, and then I think we're already ready to. Yeah, we're literally ready to push back. So
Yeah.
Okay. Have I got a headset? Oh, it's here.
Yep.
Be gentle. Okay.
I think I have tried both the tablet and ATC, and I think from the ATC it's easier to request a pushback.
I see. Okay.
Because here you have to kind of manually steer the aeroplane.
Do I just click on the plus?
Yes. You can open it there and then tune to the approach.
We'll start with the clearance and then.
Yeah. Taxi clearance is from ground services. You
Oh, I see. Pushback. Yeah. Okay.
Lisbon Ground Air Portugal Tree 20 requesting pushback.
Air Portugal Tree 20 pushback request accepted.
But I think here you also have to steer if you want to turn right or left. And our departure.
Lisbon Ground Air Portugal Tree 20 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
That's fine.
So
I could do that from memory.
Air Portugal Tree 20, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Right at some point. Oh yeah, remember that the zoom doesn't work if your mouse is over here.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
It's always funny when you're using a simulator that's not mine. So we're just waiting on pushback. Is everything okay?
Try to straight.
You just check, I think, the parking.
Oh
brakes
yeah.
we did that last time as well, I remember. Okay. God, this is good, isn't it?
Ground services because you have to tell them to stop.
Yeah.
Lisbon Ground Air Portugal Tree 20 requesting pushback tug to push the aircraft straight.
Air Portugal Tree 20, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
We'll start from here, I think we'll be okay. I don't want to get too close to that building.
Lisbon Ground Air Portugal Tree 20 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Air Portugal Tree
no,
20,
that's not the
your
one I want.
request has been transmitted to the operator.
Lisbon Ground Air Portugal Tree
Cheated a
20
bit then.
requesting the end of pushback.
Air Portugal Tree 20 request to end pushback received.
So beacon's on, yeah, okay. Just check, look at the checklist here. Okay, I think we can go. Do I need to tick the items or?
No.
No? Okay. So let's go with engine startup now. So we'll go back inside. So this is the fun part. So we're on the left hand side today, so we're going to start with engine. Well, we're going to start with engine 2. I'm going to use AP1. I'm just sort of doing some mental notes here. So okay, ignition. So starting engine 2. So right, and I'm going to click on start. So we're definitely idle. Engine number 2.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. Have I forgot anything from the checklist?
Well,
With
we
my
said
morning eyes.
So engine number 2 starting there now. Just wait for it to stabilise. So we are using the Thrustmaster Airbus equipment as well. So we've got the for throttles, air brakes, flaps, parking brakes, gear. Gear. What's the name for that? Gear handle or whatever it's called. We've got the auto brake here as well. Not that I like auto brake, but that's the way Airbus do it. So, right, okay. Engine number 2 is idle. So. Idle parameters are good announced. So master is starting engine number 1. Master on, and let's click on start, guys. So engine 1 is starting now. So here is the beautiful Terminal 1 at Lisbon.
Lisbon Ground Air Portugal Tree 20 request taxi for departing straight out with Alpha.
Air Portugal Tree 20 taxi to and hold short of runway 02 using taxiway Alpha 2 Yankee Mike 2 Mike 3 Mike 5. Contact tower on 118.105 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 02 using taxiway Alpha 2 Yankee Mike 2 Mike 3 Mike 5 Air Portugal Tree 20.
Okay, I can actually understand that. Okay. So I'll just wait for engine 1 to stabilize now.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Who? Okay, who's that?
It was you. Or your...
It didn't sound very Portuguese.
Yeah. And the V rotates was 136 with flaps 1.
Okay. Yeah, flaps are gonna come in just a moment.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, but just I saw it there, so just so you know.
engine mode selector. We'll put it to.
Oh, Tiago, hello.
What's
How are
up?
you?
Yeah. So engine mode is norm. I'm gonna put that in the middle. APU bleed off. Ground spoilers.
It was the thing you have to pull
Oh
up,
yeah.
but you have to do it with a mouse. Hold and then pull a bit. No. Yeah.
Okay. Now they're armed. Yep. Okay. Rudder trim. This is always the fun one, isn't it? So I do have a rudder trim. I never usually like to do anything. Right, flaps. I'm gonna go with flaps 1. So I want to see it replicated on here. So there's the flaps there. So here. So you can see 1 and F. So this means the slat and the flap. So slat is usually about 5 degrees, and I think for takeoff it's about 7 degrees and actual, but Airbus like to make it easy. You got flaps 1, 2, 3 and 4 and full. So pitch trim sets, okay, trim sets. So this is, I assume, is all in the
Oh, they should be.
yeah, okay.
Oh, hello, Joao. Good morning. Did you just wake up?
I'm not judging, don't worry. So APU master switch is off. It's this one. Ecam door page. What was that? Select. Okay.
Can you press the... Because if you don't press the I again, it will stay pointing
okay.
all the time.
So clear to disconnect. Announce.
Oh, Joao had a heavy night. I understand.
That's why you're not flying with us today. See. Is there an actual order that comes out here, or is it just?
No, I think just announce.
Okay, clear to disconnect. Okay. Right, taxi checklist. This is where the fun fun begins for me. So we've already had taxi clearance, haven't we?
Yes.
So nose light, taxi. Okay. Beacon wing. It's the middle one here. There was a couple that. Oh yeah, so it is modelled. Okay. Runway turn light as required. Parking brake off. Brake check. Let's do it. That's looking good to me. Flight controls check. We've done that already. Auto brakes 2. Max. ATC clearance confirmed. We've already had that. Oh, we're already idling. Okay. Okay, here we go. And I've got a very tight turn here. However, I am going to take a little bit of a shortcut because I know, well, my famous shortcuts. I know this airport like the back of my hand, so yeah. Here we go. If this was real life now, we'd have a lot of ground controllers racing out the way, but Lisbon's nice and quiet for us today. So, runway 02 today. Aeroporto de Lisboa. ICAO code is LPPT. First opened in 1943. So, I'm a better flyer than I am a driver, guys, so nobody judge my taxiing skills against me, okay? Because as we like to say to you, if you think you can do a better job, come along. So, are we in an A320neo today? Star Alliance livery, TAP Air Portugal. 80th anniversary of TAP's just passed, guys. And if you are a member of AviacaoTV, keep an eye out for 2 o'clock, guys. So, the taxiway we're on now is actually an old runway. So if you look at maps from 1945, Lisbon used to have 3 runways. And runway 02, the one we're using today, was first opened in 1962. God, this scenery is so good. Look at that. I can see the football stadiums as well. And it's definitely the first spring day of the year today. The heat in this cockpit, I imagine this is what it feels like in real life as well.
Oh, my chatbot is sleeping again.
Who?
Chatbot. I tried to put your link, channel link, AviacaoTV channel link there, but chatbot is sleeping. So no comments today.
I do have one question before we're airborne. But let's get to the threshold first. I'll just make sure, yeah. Views reset. So guys, you may... normally I have a preference with flying on the right, even in real life flights, but we said we want realism, so that's what we're doing today. If it was realism, actually the stick would be on this side, but...
Baby steps.
Yes. I think I've got to learn to fly the bleeding thing first, so yeah.
Oh, Joao, are you joining us?
What's that?
Let me get into the voice chats just a second.
I only need pedals at the moment, so... We're just going to hold runway 02 just before. So, one little gap in my memory here. I'm going to ask you one question. Is, you know, when we're airborne...
Oh, yes, we can.
Gosh, yeah.
Perfect.
Remind me, I can't swear on the live stream, so...
Can you just hold for a second?
Yeah, I'm
here?
held.
Yeah.
Put the parking brake on.
Yeah. I'll double check the Discord voice here on the live stream because it's not showing any.
I can hear, sure, okay.
Yeah, but for the live.
Oh, I see. So one little question, Joel, I've got in my head is once airborne, what initiates the FMC flight plan? What's the first button? Once I've got to grips with flying her and we're ready to take the autopilot, because I don't want to take my hand off the stick as well. So, is it a case of I hit AP1 and then I put it into controlled mode, or? I'll check this now as well. So.
Joao, can you just briefly say something so I can see if the Discord voice is working on the live stream?
Are you talking, Joel? It says.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, now it's working. Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. So once airborne, once I've got everything stabilised, what's the first step?
Hello, 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I can hear you. So just before takeoff, guys, so let's just...
I think with the A320 it was so easy that you just press AP1 and then from the heading you go to manage mode and the arrow up,
Yeah,
and
I
then
just-
it just
yeah.
picks up the.
That's fine. I just want to have that clear in my head,
Yeah.
just so I don't have an overload on takeoff. Or...
And then for auto thrust,
Uh-huh.
once you want to give the automation control, you had to bring it throttle down, I think, to here.
Okay.
To
Because the full disconnects it,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, okay, so we've got the ignition there. That's there, and we want this one on.
actually I put that TA to.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. So packs as required. Interior lights. We won't need many of them today. Okay. I think we're ready to go. So let's get that parking brake off. Start charging me €1 for every time I do that, and I'll soon remember it. Okay.
Did you change your wing lights from taxi to takeoff?
Not yet, but I will on this
Oh,
line.
yeah.
Lisbon Tower Air Portugal
So,
Tree
yeah.
20
As soon as I
ready
get
at
the
runway
takeoff
02
clearance.
straight out departure.
Air Portugal Tree 20, wind 072 at 7. Straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 02.
Cleared for takeoff runway 02 Air Portugal Tree 20.
Okay, so put this to takeoff. Right, ladies and gentlemen, take your seats. So we are cleared for takeoff, runway 02. So I'm just having a look. Opposite. Oop, sorry, I'm so distracted then looking at that, I forgot I had to turn. A little bit more, okay. Let me just check to see. So, of course, in real life, you wouldn't check the outside, but I'm just
Ooh.
curious. It's taken a little bit of practice to get this right. The last few flights I've done. So
That's a nice one.
it could be a little bit more, but
But compared to
yeah, it's more
Yeah.
like I want to get an idea of the reference point, or I'm just going to do a slight little Problem is, there's no such thing as a slight. Yeah. Okay, I think this is good. Right. Are we all good to
Captain,
go?
Can you double check your landing lights? I don't think you have them on. The two big.
Well, I've got the takeoff light on. Do I need a landing light on here? Let's look at the takeoff. Brakes first. Yeah. I'm going to stick with. Yeah, I've got it on takeoff here, so. Well, it's no harm, I suppose.
Yeah, but now it's off and then on.
Yeah.
One more.
It's the point of that, eh?
Aren't the landing lights on the wings, and then the
On the
takeoff light is the nose light?
They're both on the nose light, but it's a different
Yeah.
light. So
Okay.
Boeing's a little bit different with that one.
I just don't know because my DC-3s and DC-6 they have one light switch and that's it for everything. So
Okay, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm doing 2 notches yet. I'm actually a bit nervous now, so let me get these on the edge and then, right, here we go. Go. So 87%. At 10 degrees initially, gear up. Positive climb gear up, I should say. Okay, just to minimise this, just for the takeoff. Okay. It's 20 degrees. So 180, let's bring her to 200. As soon as we get to 210, we'll bring the flaps up.
Air Portugal Tree 20, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Lisbon Tower Air Portugal Tree 20 frequency change. Approach Air Portugal Tree 20 is type Airbus A320 and 3 miles north of Lisbon, 2,900 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Air Portugal Tree 20 approved.
So do you see this arrow here? That's projected airspeed at this. So this is how I determine
Squawk
the
0447
degrees.
Air Portugal Tree 20.
Air Portugal Tree 20 radar contact.
So
4 miles
this is
north
how you
of
can
Lisbon,
establish if you're going
4,300
too
feet.
slow on,
Cleared through the
too
Charlie
steep.
airspace.
by the way,
Maintain on
here you can see
navigation.
the
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Air Portugal Tree 20.
Taking it to the next notch, it should say auto or something
Okay.
when you are at the correct setting.
So we're at 6,000 feet already, my goodness me. But, so, we're getting a warning here that the speed will drop, so let's bring the nose down and we'll stabilise her. Let's get that speed up. I want to bring the flaps up now. So what we'll do initially, guys, we'll just focus on getting
Air
her
Portugal Tree 20,
nice and
contact
steady.
Lisbon Center on 119.55.
So this red mark, well, this red notches here is where you don't want to exceed at this altitude.
119.55 Air Portugal Tree 20. Goodbye.
Right, let's
Lisbon
bring the
Center Air
flaps up,
Portugal Tree
guys.
20, 8,300 feet.
Okay, hang on, let me
Air
just get a
Portugal
little
Tree
bit more
20,
airspeed.
Lisbon Center QNH 30.15 radar contact. Continue.
I only need to click to AP1. Okay, we'll talk it together. So. Right, let's bring the flap up. Okay. Right, we're nice and stable. Speed's building nicely. AP1. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's only that because in the pre-flight checklist it already tells to put
Air Portugal
everything in
320
management.
contact approach.
Okay.
That's why it's the
119.105.
and not
Good day.
anything.
Okay. What's control the speed? as well?
119.105 Air Portugal Tree
decrease
20.
the thrust to
Goodbye.
get it to auto.
Right, so I'm going to decrease the speed,
Approach Air
guys. She's
Portugal Tree
accelerating
20,
good. So
10,000 feet.
there we go.
Air Portugal 320, approach
So
QNH
speed is
30
managed at the
decimal
moment. What's the
15 radar
preset? Was it
contact
250?
continue.
Or?
250. Yeah.
250. Okay.
And
Let's watch
cruise
the
is
engines now, and then we've finally mastered this part.
And at the moment, the altitude is, I think, in select mode.
Yeah.
Because it was in the pre-flight checklist to
Yeah. Oh yeah.
put it in select and
Yeah. So you can see the engines decelerating now to hold us at 250 knots at 10,000 feet. And once we're okay with that bit, we'll go into manage mode with that one. Okay. So,
That was a nice takeoff.
well, I think the preparation side of
Yeah.
it was what we nailed today, basically. So. But there is part of me that will miss these days, you know, where everything's like completely new and stressful. So, having a look at the flight chart there, we are nicely on the... What are these lines called again? I've even forgotten this now. Flight path, flight path, yeah. So, do we want to go a bit higher now? Are we holding...
Yeah, I think you can try management.
Yeah, okay. Let's just get a straight level first. So heading is in managed mode at the moment. Speed's in managed mode, and oops. I'll manually put that in initially. Let's put 1,000 feet in there. Let's just get it up first. And then once she's out of the bumpy, low weather, but
Air
she's
Portugal
holding the
320,
heading, so that's
contact
right.
Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day.
119.55 Air Portugal Tree 20. Goodbye.
I
Lisbon
wanna
Center
bring
Air
the speed
Portugal
up to
Tree
320 if
2010,300 feet.
Air Portugal 320, Lisbon Center
Then
QNH
you
30
need to
decimal 15
put
radar
it
contact
manually
continue.
and then select mode.
Yeah,
Cruise was 0.78.
that's brilliant. Yeah. So let's put 320 in there. Once we're over, we're over 20. If we were in the US, once you're over 10,000 feet, you go to 320. So I would say.
Down. Yeah.
Okay.
Then it should be.
So yeah, engine's spooling now. Let's bring it up to 320 knots. Let's put 1,500 feet a minute in there, guys. So she's pretty light today. But flying beautifully. Our next waypoint is going to be Papa Tango 712. Okay, flaps are up, everything's there, everything's good.
Our takeoff weight was
We're already near 320 knots already.
our takeoff weight was around 62,000. 62 tons out of 79 tons.
Say that again.
Maximum 79 and we had 62 tons.
Okay. It's not pounds. I'm manually working it out.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to aircraft weight, I work in pounds. When it's fuel, it's US gallons, and when it's dimensions, it's feet. Altitude, I do in feet. Joel, Comstar, how you doing, mate? Any feedback based on what you've watched? This is how I test if he's listening. tell you what, you know, on that takeoff though, I could feel it. So it just shows how realistic this flight simulator setup is. I could genuinely feel it. We haven't got force feedback here, but I could feel myself moving. So I'm looking at, I was just about to say I'm looking at a left turn to be initiated now. Oh, look at that. Over the Atlantic Ocean. That's Cascais and Sidra there to our left. It wasn't Starbucks last time, was it?
I don't know.
Are they sponsoring us? I hope so.
Yeah, for the livery they should have changed it to Delta or something.
Yeah. Say that, there's enough of them popping up in Portugal. Oh, obrigado. Is it Frix? I don't know. It's Frios?
Fish. Welcome.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but bem-vindo. Boa tarde. So we are flying to Ponta Delgada today, which I should have done a little bit of research. I've been told it's a little bit of a challenge, but I don't know too much about it. I will say though, it is on our list for AviacaoTV this year. We are going to, because we've got Porto, we've got Faro, we've got all the military airfields, Lisbon of course, but we want to have Azores, and Madeira's already well represented as well. So let's do a little check here of our altitude. Let's just see what we're doing here. So 16,000 feet. We are at 320 knots now. So this red line here, that's the maximum speed, but 320 should take us nicely up to Mach 0.78. This is the Mach meter here. So we are over halfway to the speed of sound. So this is our flight plan here. So today we're flying Tango Victor Foxtrot, so Portugal. This is the Star Alliance livery. Let's have a look at it. Oh, there's you, Al. I see you nearby.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're flying A320. Okay.
So we do have, it's like a formation flight today. And if you are new to us, guys, make sure you subscribe. So this is a new project from Petsia. Lots of ideas and things like that. I mean, Petsia will explain this in more detail, but lots of ideas and we want to explore. So it is a beautiful, calm, clear day. So if we were flying a week ago, this would have been a very, very different experience. But so despite the fact that Lisbon is beautiful and hot today, there's parts of Lisbon that's still been cleaned up at the moment. So after our storms last week, and when I was live streaming the Antonov 12 or Antonov 12, next turn, let's have a look. I can't believe it's the same week. Let's have a look, a little bit of a look. This is oh, did I get it wrong there? Leap 1A engines we've got here. CFM. So about 28,000 pounds of static thrust you can go to. They're usually derated to about 26. And we do have the sharklets on the Neo. So wingspan is 117 feet and a half, 117.5 feet. Wing area is 1,320 feet, square feet I should say. That's the wing area on the A320 family series. If they didn't have the sharklets, wingspan would be 111.83 with a wing area of 1317.5. I think. I'm going off memory here, so yeah. Excuse me. So Joao, I see you behind us. So we are leaving the coast of Portugal behind now, guys. We are over at the Atlantic. Look how beautiful that is.
Oh yeah, and that's freeware.
Is it a freeware?
Yeah.
Wow. I still haven't been tempted to go out and buy this for myself. Yeah,
And to be
I'm
honest,
still bleaching off pets, yes. Yeah.
To be honest, I think the fly-by-wire A320 was also.
Is this not the fly-by-wire one?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It is.
This is the 20. Are we talking about the 80? The A380?
No, A320.
Yeah. Okay. So the model you mean?
A380.
That's the big beast.
Yeah, and it was the one we have a lot of problems with pitch up.
Yeah,
pitching up.
a lot of I've read a lot of internet forums related to that aircraft, so because the steps we followed today were the same steps, but
Yeah.
there does seem to be a hybrid of updates, and so I think it's one of those models where we'll wait for clarification that
Yeah.
everything's, you know. But saying that, I mean, it's a beautiful model either way. But right, let's have a quick look at the A320.
Try the manage altitude mode. You're
Excuse
stuck
me,
at
yeah.
20,000.
So I'm at 20,000 feet. Then I want to keep going a bit higher than that. So is it down? Yeah.
Up for manage. And let's see if the engine is going up.
Was it up here in the middle there?
What if we put 1,000 feet on the level? No, the next one on the right.
This one.
On the right. Right of the line. Okay, if you put there, do something 1,000. Is there anything?
No, she's still holding there.
That's weird.
I can remember there being like 3 levels of this bit though. If not, we can just do it manually. So it's more the heading that was a concern for us last time.
Oh yeah.
But we can, let's bring it to, do you know what you put in as cruise? Is it 35? Or?
35, yeah.
Okay. We'll preset that on there.
It's on the spoilers. It was just quickly one notch in back.
Spoilers are designed. So we'll go with the manual flying. Oh, and another turn. Yeah. I thought I'd done something then, but no, we're definitely following the flight path. So everything's looking nice here. I don't see any warnings.
Something we have for the destination on the MCDU, but we haven't put any.
I've drank my coffee.
Oh yeah, we haven't put any approach procedures yet. So I guess we can. Message there. We have the yellow message. MCDU. Destination. But we don't have destination.
Climbing at 1,000 feet per minute. I suppose. It's one of these ones that I never struggled with.
You just press down the pull, then you are
okay,
in.
Yeah.
Now you are in select mode.
Right. Okay. So this always scares me in select mode because when the aircraft decides its own rate of climb,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it feels very unnatural. So,
Oh, Captain. I think you can turn off landing lights.
I'll give you something to do. So we'll keep the seatbelts on for now, my poor passengers. But just having a look around. This was my fun bit last time. Look at that! Oh, this is so cool. I can even feel what that fabric feels like, you know, when you look at the detail.
Trying my chatbot commands in the chat, but somehow no, they are not working. Not today then.
So looking at the map above, I'm not going to destroy anything if I try and drag it, am I?
No.
Let's have a look what sort of route we're taking today. So destination distance 688 point, what, around nautical miles. Destination bearings 207. I suspect we're going to reach this quicker than we expected, but ground speed at the moment is 481 knots. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong one.
May show them. Yeah, I just changed the bigger screen to
Oh, lovely. So 1 hour and 25 minutes before we get to the destination. That was quicker than we expected, but
yeah, we were expecting, I think, 2 hours 30 minutes of flight time and around 3 hours
yeah, I need
gate
to keep an
gate
eye.
to gate.
Yeah. So I'm going to put her on Mach now because obviously our altitude we're at 25,000 feet. So just cancel. So she's capable of Mach 0.82 as an absolute maximum speed. Economical cruise is 0.78. So that's what I'm hoping to.
You have to click. Yeah, you have to click on the window because you were clicking on the other screen.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes inactive.
That was one of those little processes then I was trying to pretend, wasn't it? Okay, select 0.78. So this is the economical cruising speed for an A320. But like I said, she's capable of 0.82 as a maximum speed. Anything over that is structurally dangerous for the aircraft. Do we use a cost index today as well?
10.
10, okay. Curious, okay.
And in the flight plan we had 5.3 tons of fuel and MCDU gave 5.4. So
Yeah.
I fueled up 5.4
Okay.
just in case.
Any idea what that is in US gallons? So this aircraft, guys, 6,400 US gallons she can hold. The Neos can be fitted with conformal tanks. That's where the LRs come from. I don't think there's an A320 LR, but I know the CJs can be fitted with conformal tanks. And I flew in real life my first A321 LR 3 weeks ago. My God, that's a different experience of flying. I swore I'd never be one of these first class this, business class this. You know, I'm happy to just be airborne, but my God, it is a different experience. Right, I can take my foot off the pedals and relax a bit now.
Oh yeah, what they always say, if you are not intending to do something with controls, don't
Yeah,
touch.
oh yeah, because
Yeah.
see, I'm holding onto this stick just out of habit. It does feel very unnatural to be not doing something, but yeah. So the aircraft that I have flown in real life, guys, I've flown Cessnas, I've flown PA-28s, and I had lots of experience flights when I was in the cadets as a teenager. So I flew in a TriStar, VC10, Westland Wessex Sea Kings. Gosh, what else did I fly? Bulldogs, Chipmunks, Tutors. I think. I'm not too sure. So the thing is, when I was younger, guys, it was so normal to go on air cadet camps and fly that in those days I wasn't really registering everything. So Joao, I'm looking for you. Joao is behind us, 29,000 feet. Also in an A320neo. And I'm just going to check the temperatures, guys. Make sure the ice is not going to be an issue. So seatbelt signs off for my poor passengers. Get those strobes on as well. Nav light, I'm not a fan of nav lights, but we'll have, we can take the taxi lights off as well. So anti-ice, we should have done this a bit sooner, but let's see. Everything is good, I don't see any white warning signs. So looking good, guys. I might call on my cabin crew to make me a coffee now. Excuse me. So this particular aircraft was the 6th A320neo delivered to TAP Air Portugal. So she is the Star Alliance livery. So Tango Victor Foxtrot. This is a real aircraft, guys. It's not a fictional livery or anything like that. But I love the Star Alliance colours on top. I think it was so cool. So some clouds are gathering as we head out over the ocean. So fingers crossed the weather at Ponta Delgada is as beautiful as Lisbon today. So we are nearly at our cruising altitude. I probably could have pushed it a little bit harder than I did, guys, but obviously until I'm really used to flying this aircraft, I'm very conservative with climb rate and stuff like that. So trims within limits, flaps are at, she's at the perfect cruising speed now. Oh, I guess we'll relax. My chief purser here is asking me if I want a coffee, and I'm going to say yes, please. See, that's first class service. Oh yeah. So engines will be smoothing down now. We're at cruising altitude, so. Joao, if you can hear me, what cruising altitude are you going for? So we could actually go up to 39,800 feet in the A320. The A321 and the CJs cleared up to 41,100. Excuse me. And if anyone's wondering who I am, guys, my name is Daniel. I take care of the English side of things at AviacaoTV. So we have a daily live stream from Lisbon Airport, as well as air shows, events, anything connected mainly with Portugal, Brazil, and aviation, mostly in Europe. So check us out, guys. So one thing that we don't have a exposure to is flight sim. So this is why I like to do this. 3-4, okay. Any reason, Joao? Is it just because? So Joao always teaches me something every time when it comes to flying. So absolutely love these sharklets on the A320. What's the best view? I think like this. But we have a nice, smooth weather today. Not many bumps along the way. Everything is modelled as in real life, guys. So whatever the weather is, this is what's reflected here. So we're going to be at the halfway point. Oh, here. Let's have a look at the statistics here. 1 hour and 13 minutes away. Nautical miles to go. This is our weather data that we have. Okay, guys. So 10 knots at 100 degrees. So a few clouds at 2, broken clouds at 3,000. So it looks like we're going to need to do a manual approach today. So hopefully that cloud isn't too thick. We've got enough time to go around if we have to. Oh, my chief. What's the proper term? My chief flight crew here is kind of coffee. Yeah, and he has very nice coffee as well, so that's the main reason.
Well, can live better than here.
Yeah. But yeah, this new setup for President is awesome, guys. So yeah, as we were saying, we've got the thrustmaster equipment, we've got the sticks, throttles, all that sort of thing as well. We are looking to get engine number 3 and 4 soon, so we can start doing the A380 as well. However, that's all about cost and things like that. So if you are new to us, guys, make sure you subscribe, because the more the channel grows, we need to reach a point where we can start to get revenue from YouTube, and then we can continuously add to the equipment that we get and stuff. So it's been a heavy investment already, so fingers crossed the channel continues to grow, guys. So that's why one of the reasons that I'm here as well. I'm allowed to cheat a little bit. Speaking of AviacaoTV, subscriber of AviacaoTV, guys, make sure you check the prize draw. So we use a system that's completely independent. So I've just watched the video just to clarify how it works. It looks like the winner's been announced, guys. If you are, so as we are cruising along beautifully, Joao is nice and close behind us. I don't actually know how far away you are from us, Joao.
Yeah, I just brought extras from Americano for me and espresso for our cats.
have a sleep now. You know when you see these stories, I think I've got to stop playing with that stick as well. This is how you know you need to flight sim, guys. I have to put some notes on here as well. However, I've not really had to have a look at. Maybe I'm learning something, Petty. 13. How do you know, Pet? How do you know, Joel? What does it tell you? Right, I'm going to hold. This is my favourite view in flight sim like this, because you get the contrails.
We are steady.
I can see you.
Oh, right.
Is that why you're at 34,000? Anyway, I'm going to have a few minutes out, guys. I'm going to have a chat with my flight crew, see how everyone's doing.
Yes.
In the good old days, we'd be going around talking to the passengers now, but sadly we don't live in those times anymore. But we'll have a quick catch up with the flight crew, I think. She's cruising along nicely. So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved Air Portugal Tree 20. Santa Maria Center Air Portugal Tree 20 is type Airbus A320 and flight level Tree 50. Request flight following.
Air Portugal, Tree 20 Santa Maria Center. Squawk 7077.
Squawk 7077 Air Portugal Tree 20.
Air Portugal, Tree 20 radar contact. Flight level Tree 45.
Roger Air Portugal Tree 20.
Okay, hello again, we are back. While our captain is enjoying his coffee in peace. How do you close the curtain?
Shut the cockpit door.
I will take a little moment and what I told about the future plans in the beginning of the live stream. I will give you a little sneak peek to what's on the table for the future. Let me change for the full screen and open our 3D printing plans, and we will have a brief look at them.
I'm just going to do a selfie for social.
Oh, okay.
I know your opinion on selfies.
So what I have been working on past whatever 2-3 weeks or so is drawing plans for EC3 home cockpit with I have used the Duckworks DC3 we have on the simulator as a well, we have some sketch here also, but I have used that as a inspiration and trying to copy that, because when I was searching for DC3 cockpits, how they are, I realized that every single cockpit looks the different.
Oh yes.
The layout is kind of the same, but
90
not.
years of updates. Yeah.
So now I'm waiting for 3D printer to get started and testing. I chose DC3 because it is fairly simple. It's simple on off switches and few turn knobs and things like that. And once I get that working, I figure out how to do that, because it's a lot of wiring, and especially with TFT LCD screens for gauges, it needs a bit of research on my side to figure out how it works. But that is upcoming for the future. There would be the overhead panel with all the switches, and also let me open the second one. Also the main panel with all the engine gauges, with temperature gauges and navigation stuff. But that's basically why I have been too occupied for the past 3 weekends, I think, because I've been drawing these ones. Obviously I do need to work during the week, so it unfortunately restricts our time of hobbies. But there's the reason why we haven't been doing live streaming so much the past times, but we hope to get back to it, because now I'm at the point with the drawing that I only need the 3D printer and I can start testing, do these prints work or not, do I have to adjust something, and then of course start finding all the on-off switches and everything. I have some samples coming next week to see which ones I want to use. But that's briefly about future plans and why it has been a bit silent from our side. But it's gonna be interesting, because then I can get rid of the mouse controls. I can basically have bigger view out of the cockpit without the how you say it, without the simulator gauges and cockpit controls, and then I will have physical controls on my side. It's going to be quite experimental in the beginning because I haven't quite figured out how I want to do with camera angles. Because obviously it's nice for you to see the gauges also. So I will try to figure out if I can have, basically, let me demonstrate here. Let's reset, and my idea would be that we would have kind of like view like this out of the window. Then I would have my physical gauges, and then I will try to find a way how I could incorporate on the bottom of the screen the virtual gauges for the live streaming. But it's all in the research and
Cost.
luckily the biggest cost is the 3D printer, and after that
yeah.
it's kind of like €1 for an on-off switch or 50 cents for an on-off switch, and
Okay.
all the wires and
You
everything.
get
But
stuff like this.
Air Portugal 320.
oh yeah, I can get
Santa Maria Center on
turn switches, I can have.
132015.
Oh, I've got some spares at home. You know, from this.
Oh yeah,
There's like a bag of spare.
132.15
and I
Air
will
Portugal
show you
320.
later. I got the
Goodbye.
first
Oh, nice.
Santa Maria
first
Center Air Portugal
samples of the
320
switches.
flight level 350.
But yeah, that's about
Air
future
Portugal
plans.
320,
A
Santa
little
Maria
sneak
Center
peek.
radar contact, continue.
we
I
don't.
think-
We don't like resting, do we?
Oh yeah, and I was just talking with Daniel earlier, just when we were having break, that I'm having so much more energy now that the weather is turning to
It's been
Summer.
It's been a tough one in Portugal the last few weeks, like because we had a very dry winter last year, but this year it's just. I mean, I know we need the rain, but my goodness me, it's like not at 6 a.m. You know, when I'm trying to get to work.
Yeah, and I saw a news article that we had more rain than northern parts of Europe, Western Europe, Central Europe. Portugal has become this winter the
Yeah.
water pool of Europe.
And so
So,
fingers crossed as well that has a positive impact, you know, when fire season comes. And
oh yeah,
because I know last year was a tricky one, you know, because it was so dry and stuff.
yeah. Ice horrendous for the farmers also.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I suppose there's always got to be a positive side of something. So I can complain about my hair getting wet, but you know, obviously there's more to it than just that.
Yeah. So I guess I will let Daniel sit here again.
Oh, I'm gonna have a little bit of more of a break until we get to there, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Then I will start initially checking what approach possibilities
Ooh, my
we
goodness.
have. Joao, are you here? What approach procedure for runway 12 you would suggest?
What's
Is it
What's the crosswind?
radio navigation runway 12?
What's the crosswind? Because I'll come in on the ILS if it's under 10 knots.
We have 11 knots headwind and 2 knots of crosswind at the moment. Let's check which direction the wind exactly is coming. No, that's Lisbon, LPPT, weather 11 knots from 120, 180 is
Yeah,
here,
it's
110.
12, yeah, 112.
It's directly behind you. 11 knots.
If I was to come in on the ILS, I'd have a tailwind of 11. So the runway direction
yeah.
is that way and the wind is that way. So.
Yeah.
Which one's the one with the ILS? It's the other one, isn't it? Not 12. It's is it 330? what the 2 runways are at Ponta Delgada.
30.
30, okay.
So you have 11 knots of
Oh, yeah,
tailwind.
that's outside the crosswind component. So okay, we're gonna have to come in on 12s.
So then
15 approaches available.
So runway 12, radio nav, do we? No, ILS only 430, so
That's like a side slip thing.
so you have manual approach possibilities. Do you want the wider?
I think so. For my first time, I think that's the safest option right now.
Yeah.
Because I know Ponta Delgada has like a cliff both sides. So, yeah. So. However, the full reverse on this is pretty awesome. But, yeah, there'll be no idle reverse.
Yeah. So if I add this initially to the route, then it takes you from here to here, and then you have to initiate the.
And
curve.
just out of curiosity, because just to get me mentally prepared now, in the event of a go-around, obviously we work on flying, get everything stable. Like the departure, is it a case again where if I hit AP1 and everything's in managed, it just resets? Just so in case we need to have any sort of manual sort of backup plan or something. Or just in case we just find out.
Guess we find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one good thing is we don't have a crosswind. It's very helpful, this wind
Yeah.
direction. So it's only a 10 degrees offset. So
Yeah.
I shouldn't need to use a lot of rudder or
No.
correction at all. But you
Do
never
you
know.
want me to do the NCDU thing?
If possible, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was already in.
No, I didn't put the approach yet.
Okay.
E4.
This is the bit. See, I should learn this, but I don't know what it is. I just can't take to flight management computers at all.
LPPD
Yes.
arrival. Sorry, not 30. Nope. So our
300. Yeah, LOC 30. No, we're coming in on 1-2, aren't we?
yeah,
Oh,
1
yeah.
2. Yeah.
So that's lock. That's approach runway 30 now.
Yeah, I know. We have already runway.
Oh, it's the
12 here.
options. I see. Oh.
And we so chose
And nav
Y.
Y, yeah. Okay. I see. Okay. I thought that was set then. I didn't realize it was the options.
and then we have echo to S. Let me just double check.
They're always slightly offset with the buttons and.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but yeah, it's 2S, double checking, yes. Via Petut
Transition, yeah, yeah.
and then we
Is it UN there? I don't see. Oh no, we put the transition in, didn't we?
okay, what does it show if I press it? Let's see if we have discontinuities or anything.
Oh, that's good. Okay, got quite smooth. So far. So I'm too scared to say that because I know that's famous last word.
There we have discontinuity. Subat to Petut. So we
I
remove
see.
that.
Okay.
Now we have Subat, Petut,
Yeah.
SM 634 555
One curiosity that I have is when does the autopilot get connected? Is it a case of just... Because obviously we've done ILS approaches so far, but with a manual, I mean, do we just decide based on like visual approach or, like... That's just a curiosity in my head. Can I ask one favour as well? Are you right to do a zoom on the airport? I know the airport layout really well, but I just want to know...
Yeah, in a second. I'm just trying to... Because this is kind of jumping around at the moment. Okay, so here we have the 555, 553, 453, 550, 514. Then we should have deceleration 508.
Where's deceleration?
Deceleration is right after 514.
Okay.
Deceleration
is there a top of descent on this
508.
profile?
Yeah, let's check that. And then after 508 it's runway 12. Okay. Then I want to see this in the flight plan, so we can actually see
Oh, I get you now. Okay.
if we have the top of descent or not.
I suspect that's much further to the...
So if we go to SUVAP, there we are. And
Is it that little symbol there? Okay. If we're in manage though, I think that'll come a bit further. Is it? Yeah, okay. We'll keep the altitude's not in managed at the moment anyway, so if we put it into managed, then it should get the top of descent for us anyway.
you have it also here. Interesting.
Right, looking at the flight profile, what have we got? So 307 nautical miles to go.
But these green dots was the altitude profile.
Yeah.
So if you see this moving, then start descending immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I'm a bit confused at times with this one, honestly.
Well, if I see the symbol, I'll know when to initiate.
Yeah.
So I'll keep an
And then worst case scenario, you always have the map,
eye. And I've
you
also
have
got the stick and the spoiler.
Yeah. It's gonna be manual anyway, so
Yeah, but I don't want to come in too high. Okay. Gosh. So I'm confident I can stop by there. Which this is an extension anyway. Because what if I can avoid a backtrack, then because obviously I'd need to go right to the end.
yeah,
Not that I'm going to sort of
push it.
push it, but I think I'm confident the A320 will. Because I always say it every stream I've done so far, when I've gone full reverse, it tends to, and with auto brake as well. So
yes. So let's see. Does it give us any top of descent here? No. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think we had the same question last time, and then suddenly we noticed it because I'm pretty sure top of descent can. So, for example, let's say now we climb to 39,000 feet. Obviously, the top of descent will change. So, I think it will just calculate it by when it's time to descend.
I'll go to manage.
I've used just manual for altitude so far.
And let's check again.
Yeah, cruise is 35,000 feet. Isn't it? Previous.
So
Well, by
Commute was 35.
Okay.
Then this is already 336.
Yeah. So we're not far off
And
descent now, are we?
At Pekun you should be already at 13,000. So very very soon you should start descending.
Alright, let's get a quick last pit stop and then
Yes. I will give you the controls. Your controls.
Okay, I'm just gonna have a 2 second.
Okay.
Cut the camera. Cut the camera a second. Okay, folks, we're not far off the descent now, so we'll just get into grips with everything we need to know beforehand. What's that?
That's the last week.
Okay. So yeah, looks like it's going to be a manual landing this one. But we've had it nice and smooth so far, you know. So I'm aiming to start my descent around here, guys. So a few minutes to go. So I think we're 34 minutes out. So let me just get to grips with this mouse. This is what happens when I use a system that's not mine. Do I go down and...
It was this screen is on right and this screen is on the left.
Of course. It's always the simple instructions I struggle with. Yeah, 23 minutes. Well, based on the conditions that we're at the moment, 23 minutes. So let's do a checklist, guys. Let's see where we are up to. So we didn't even do the takeoff one, but this is all good. We did all that. We are all good for these. So descent preparation, guys. So, yeah, we're all good with these. Okay, we're good. I keep wanting to click things because out of curiosity. But this is the
Do you
terrain.
want to go to the MCDU and find where you should activate the descent approach mode when you start descending? I think it's flight plan and then
On flight plan.
if you go to performance. When you start descending, let that approach first. When you start, I wouldn't do it yet because it might affect your speed. But when you start descending, then
Activate.
yeah.
Yeah. So 1.8 tons of fuel. I think that's plenty.
Because now the speed is in management,
Yeah.
so it should keep the descent speed.
That should hold us at 250 then, shouldn't it?
I think. No, actually, descent might have been even in Mach, still in Mach. Not sure.
If need
No,
be, I
actually. Touch anything? Yeah, 297.8. Mach 078 is the managed speed for descent.
bring that down to 250.
You can. Yeah.
It's
Why
already.
did Mach go up if you decrease the speed?
Because it's 250 at this level is a higher speed, so why is that bringing this engine stuff? Yes. So it's going to bring it to there, which is 250.
QNH for you. Oh, you forgot to go to standard QNH.
Yeah, see, it's put me back to 250 now.
Interesting that it's already now. When you haven't even activated. Oh, sure.
Right, are we ready to start descent? I think we're at the point now.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you can confirm. And I think the altitude you have to
Manual.
manual, and then you can try.
Let's put 10,000 initially. Okay, we've started our descent. So what about?
You can try management first.
Is it?
Yeah. But it does anything. Okay.
Okay.
Start descent.
Yeah. Even if we're descending a little bit too early, I'd rather just. I'd rather be under the Nova, to be honest, if that makes sense. So that's at 220 now. I need to keep an eye on this. Oh, because it's descent mode. Okay. So, yeah. I think it wants to go as well as that. I'll watch it, and then if I fear that it's going to be a problem, then I'll.
And I will check LPPD altimeter QNH 1024.
So descending at 220 knots. Okay.
Oh, you're always back.
Oh, hello. Where have you been? Still behind us. So let's look at the checklist here. So we're not going with that today. So we don't need to worry about that. It's gentle descent. Terrain on ND. Don't think we need to worry about this too much. We're over the ocean, it's a calm day, so I think we're okay.
Do you want to do one thing now that it's still in autopilot? Can you go here on the map? Then from here press this button. And we had approach. We had one way to Y. If you press here.
Ooh,
Now
nice.
you get all the what kind of altitude should be and where. 508 over here, it should be at 2200. So you get all that information here.
Okay.
So as long as you are
118. Yeah.
2200 at SN 508, you are good to go. That is a 5.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so 250. So that's the runway length. Sure.
And now when you move around on the map, you will have the charts overlay there all the time.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Let's go back to this. Ooh. First time I've done that too. So looking at 17 minutes. So I'll tell you one thing I haven't done, and we forgot this last time, was get those seat belts on. Well, we're not doing an ILS approach, so I'm just looking to do it now.
No.
I'm just- Right, we're all good. We just need to remember lights this time.
And arm the spoilers.
They're already out. Oh,
Spoilers.
that's a good point. At what point do we do that?
Check. Initial approach. If you press the arrow here,
Ah.
we have it here.
And this is the pull thing.
Yeah. Or I think it was push.
Oh, yeah. I guess, do I need to do that now?
I guess it doesn't hurt. No.
So auto brake is on max anyway, which I'll keep because I can do with I don't want to overshoot
You're
that.
slightly high. We are past Begun, and at Begun you were supposed to be at 13,000.
Okay, it is managed though
Wait
at the
a
moment. Shall I do a manual or?
Well, I would go a bit more aggressive down with the yeah. The approach thing is still kind of weird because this is showing that we are too low. But then in the MCDU it says flight level 129 in Becky. So a bit confused. But on the other hand, I think is this the altitude limit? As long as you are over 3,000 feet,
Yeah.
you are still complying with that.
Yeah, I think it's to do with it's sort of like the circuit speed. It's to do with the terrain
Okay.
and stuff as well. Because it's a tricky area around the airport.
Okay.
So I'll change this to 3,000 then. Oh, no, it's not managed. Descent is still. $1,500 feet a minute at the moment. So, let's put it back on to. She's going.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. I see. The green ball is here. Okay, now it's catching us. Is it the difference to the intended flight?
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah. It might be that in the flight plan, maybe it showed according to the without approach procedures.
Yeah, I think sheer distance from the
Yeah.
VOR
not,
basically.
Yeah, it's now not calculating the kind of loop you are.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's catching us. So.
It's picking up my rate of descent again.
Yeah, I think might be for rate of descent you also need to select. Like you have to scroll and select and then push the wheel to go to select mode if you want. But it's managing it nicely.
Yeah.
Getting back to the
I've put a manual rate of descent of 2,000 feet a minute. Oh, there's the
Santa Maria Center Air Portugal Tree 20.
top of descent.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Air Portugal Tree 20 Santa Maria Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
taking into account.
Cleared through Charlie
at the moment
airspace Air
we're
Portugal
supposed to
Tree
be at
20.
26,000, and then we have
Yeah, I'm sure there's a science behind it.
Yeah.
But,
which we just don't understand yet.
yes. Oh, we've probably been told off for that. Right, where is Joao? Is he still with us?
Oh, Joe is at 2,300, $1,000.
I didn't see that much. Well, we're not far off his profile, so we can't
No.
be doing that bad. I want to see if I can try and get him in shot. See? Look over the ocean here. There's the island ahead. I see it.
Now it's going to be interesting to see at the Sula. Does it catch this heading or not?
Yeah, because I wonder why we've got the gap. You know, the dots and...
Well, that's the... this is not talking with the MCDU, so...
Alright.
I just added the chart there, but...
I see.
Well, in the MCDU we don't have any discontinuity, which is kind of a good sign. But we also don't understand everything yet.
We've done alright so far. So yeah, you've got the max speeds here as well, so basically as I get to here I want to be at 230 knots, so I'm already slower than that. We'll give it a little bit more there. Why not? Saying that we're at 270 now, but we are. I think I can bring that rate of descent just a little bit. Doesn't need to be, maybe not so dramatic yet. So yeah, 10 minutes to go, and she's at 14,000 feet. So yeah, let's bring it to 1200.
You can just press it and this.
Yeah.
And no.
Ah, that's it.
You can basically, because when you press a new one, it erases the old one. So if you have anything on the screen, then just pick one and...
So yeah, max 3,000 feet there. Okay. Well, by this point, max 14,003 there, so which we're already maybe that was correct. Some of the rationale behind some of it is a bit weird.
Yeah, the rate of climb and descent on jet, it's so different than what I'm used to with DC-3 and DC-6.
I think we're doing it right.
No, we are alright. We are only 3,500 feet below them.
Below?
Yeah, it's only 3,500 feet. What is it called? Profile. Flight level profile. Altitude profile. Something like that. Where the plane would like to be, and we are slightly below that.
See, I'm looking at this as well. Right? It's not going to take me around. Well, no, that looks like it's for the go-around procedure. It's fascinating. I'd love to know who works it all out.
Yeah. But in theory, it should get you aligned with the runway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But then the descent and final you have to do manual.
Oh yeah, yeah, which is what's expected anyway. So
But we will see.
we're under 10,000 now. So, if we're 9 minutes away and we're at 9,000, I can bring that to 1,000. So, just bring that speed down. So, what I don't want is everything to catch up, or, you know, all at once. So, yeah. Saying that, we've still got a bit of distance. So maybe that top of descent was right, but I'd rather be in control of that.
Yes. And it's gonna make your life easier if you're level and stable for the whole loop and not struggling at that point. Unless you have things to worry over there. Chances you're for the line.
Do this bit now because there's how to do it.
It's off. And you forgot to retract them.
I'm just playing. Remind me as well before we park to get the APU on.
Oh yes.
So I don't have a power cut as soon as we do.
Okay, Joao is behind us. Nice.
Yeah, I see him there. Oh, that is a zoom. This is the bit when I start getting tense, sure. Just have a quick look at the reference speeds as well, just for the flaps as well. Right, as soon as I'm under 220, I'm going to hit flaps 1. But I'm not going to go to, well, when I get to here, I'll stick at 230 and then I get to 210 then and I'll do the first flaps. Right, so this is what I want to know. This bit I'm curious to know what
Oh
happens.
yes, me too.
I want to know why it's orange. So because I've got a feeling that these are all manual inputs here. Okay, it's turning.
Let's see if it turns also left or not. Yeah, I think because, well, we don't have discontinuity, so I'm quite confident that we are going to turn. But from this direction, the correct approach would have been X with the small circle. But we chose the bigger one because it looks
Yeah,
a bit
'cause-
easier.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Let's see. I'm curious.
Well, it's the best way to practice something is do it for real. Because this is a hell of a circuit as well if I have to do it manually, but it is what it is, as we like to say here. So we've leveled out almost 4,000.
Oh yes, we are turning. Next we see if it follows the loop. Yeah, we are turning towards
the
Petut.
top of descent there as well.
Yeah, I think it's getting confused. It's moving the top of descent all the time according to our.
Well, we're
As
using
the-
we're using the real life chart as well. So, I guess this is one something to think about after. Well, I think we
Yeah.
really need to get to a better understanding of that side of things.
Yeah, I think it's more about the choosing the approach procedure and whatever transitions and seats and stars and
Yeah.
whatever they are.
Air Portugal 320 contact approach on 119.4. Good day.
Are you getting up?
Going to 119.4
fuel
Air
warnings.
Portugal tree 20.
Fuel warnings, we're nearly there. We're okay.
Yeah.
Approach Air Portugal tree
We don't have
3,400 feet.
alternative chosen, so
Air Portugal 320
Oh, really?
It's, yeah.
approach QNH 30.2 for radar contact. Continue.
maybe I should start choosing the alternatives so
Yeah.
we would have a bit more fuel.
So 4 minutes out, guys. And this is the PETUD. That's the curiosity I have in my head. So my big fear is we reach a waypoint and suddenly autopilot disconnects and I've got to do a Madeira,
Oh yeah.
which I could do, but I just want to be prepared.
Yeah, 3,000 feet,
Yeah.
230, and let's see if it turns or not.
And then what happens is, as soon as I turn here, follow a rough profile of this, but it's, you know, everything's easy on paper. So.
Yeah.
yeah, we know. So any pilots that I'm due to fly with in this summer, you know, when it comes to real life flying, I'm a lot more stringent, of course.
Oh, you have the 360 to full speed.
Oh yeah, because I've seen your rate of descent in the 767. It's about 5,000 feet per minute. So 3,000. So I want to be about 2,200 by there.
Yeah. What's 185?
Yeah, that. When it comes to speed beyond this point, I'll just play it by feel because okay, there's limits, but at the same time, it's a manual flight at the end of the day. So. Right, we're coming close to the curiosity point now.
Yeah.
Look at these things, these cloud things. We don't have a single one in Lisbon today. Tell you what, it just shows, you know, people that think that pilots just press a button and everything's done for them. Like, there's still a ton of stuff to remember in the meantime.
And just the fact that they have to change the plan all the
Yeah.
time.
And if I do a go around as well, it's quite.
He's actually following. She is following.
She is.
Can you, make it bigger to see?
I'm in the I'm in the last two.
Yeah, but bigger.
Oh, you like zoom
No,
in?
no. This one. 220 or 40.
Okay. Where's she taking me?
Towards somewhere.
We're coming in on 12, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, because runway 12's on this side.
Let's see what it does here, because we do have proximity here. Can you go to... Oh, next week.
Yeah, now we're going left. She's going left now.
Yeah, so we are going towards this way, and then catching the loop.
Oh, because she's not following this, the
Yeah.
map. The map's just for our reference.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get you now. Okay.
So it looks like we are still catching it.
Right.
But yes, so
let's-
you are kind of jumping ahead of it. So. Or she is jumping.
Yeah. Right, I want to be 210 by there, so let's bring the speed down. Right. So the speed limit is 215 for 1 and F. So that's flaps 1 and slats. So 215 is reached now. Okay.
In a way, it is actually quite clever that she's taking the shortcuts. Like, why would I go to PTUD if I can go straight here?
Yeah. But it just shows how well it's modelled as well. It's pretty remarkable, actually. Because what I've got to do now is not necessarily follow this, but more this. So,
Yeah.
But it's pretty spot on. It's like it's amazing, actually. Okay. Yeah.
And it is quite amazing that the initial plan here, it is exactly the same we have
Yeah.
here. But then the approach procedures we have to add later. It's quite amazing that this program actually has the real approach processes we have in the sim. So
Oh yeah. Right. We're going to bring this down to
Though this one wasn't
2002.
exactly free
Judge,
shorts.
yeah. This one, that's it. Makes it between. Yeah.
There. There you go. No, it's hundreds.
There's still some bits of this that get me off guard.
Do you want to put the correct Q and what is Q and H?
What the this is saying? I was following the
Q&H.
chart, but
Q 1024.
there we go.
Yeah, here we go. Just to be accurate.
Oh yeah, that was hard work. Okay. This is a strange experience. Okay. Just keeping an eye on the speeds. 205 I need to be down to. Okay. Let's bring
2,500.
Thank you. So. That flaps 1F. Yeah. Yep, over speed 1F. Ah, I see. It's 1 down, 1F. I knew it wasn't going to be straightforward. So 1F, flying a little bit too fast, but I think. Oh, it says 1F 215 there, but I'm at 200. So
Yeah, that's perhaps 2 is 200.
yeah, but I was at 1F, so 2's the next one. So maybe it's just not exactly.
Yeah, I don't think we have 1F here. We have only 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No, we're at 1F now.
Okay, so this is 1F.
Yeah. So 0, 1, and then up again and 1. Put it from 1 to 1F.
But you want to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was going to do 1F.
Ah, right.
Yes. Yeah, the 767 is a beast. Yeah, you don't have all these automates. Are you flying the 76? I thought you were in an A320 actually.
I think he's in 320. Just commenting to your.
As soon as I get to here, my gear's going to go down. Just because with the fuel situation, I don't want to create too much drag. So yeah, I'll keep the flaps as they are now, right up until gear drop as well. So. Right, I want to bring this down to 180. See, I'm tempted to just instantly go like that, but I can go to flaps 3 by 185. So the system says 2. Yep.
Says 2.
So one thing that's different, we're not flying managed mode today, so. However, this is still something beautiful. We are 5 minutes out, so I'm hoping for a nice long approach, just so I can mentally prepare myself. Okay, I'm happy with everything as it is now. How are you undercutting as well? What tree are you coming in here?
Your runway elevation is 260. That's fair. Just for the moment.
Yeah. Let's bring it down to 160. Go to flaps 3. I could technically land on flaps 3, but I don't want a long glide today, basically. So a lot of easy jets coming off flaps 3. So all you need is an extra 5 knots, and it is quieter though. It uses a lot less fuel. So okay, getting ready to turn on to final now. So yeah, we're at the mandatory 2,200. Yeah. So the FMC now is putting us on 118 degrees. Okay, I see the runway ahead. So in real life now, what the pilot does is this. To tell them that it's the final approach. Right, 4 minutes out, 164, 10 miles. I am going to put 140 in here.
Remember, we set the view before you start your final, because otherwise you are not watching at the runway.
Right, as soon as I get to 7 miles, I'm going to drop the undercarriage and the flaps. I don't know if that's true to life, guys, but I know that the aeroplanes at Ariel Valley do it that way. So Because my house is 7 miles away from Arifali, so that's when I used to see it happen. So 9, 8. And I'm gonna have to start a manual descent soon. I can't see. Yeah, I can. There we go. Right, so I'm gonna wait till I get to this point here. I may go with full flaps and the carriage down.
Zoomed in.
Fly with Dennis, please prepare for that.
Okay. Oh, look at that scenery. Beautiful. That's the runway ahead there.
Oh, is there?
Right, I will start the final manual descent once I get to see 6 miles there. Well, I'm going from feel at the moment because usually I can predict this.
You are.
Okay. Is it auto throttle off? Is pilots off?
You're full manual.
Hello?
Full manual.
Am I full manual?
Yep.
So keeping an eye. I'm at 120. I want a little bit more than that. Well, I want a lot more than that actually.
Vertical speed was only 300 feet.
Gosh, she accelerates fast, my goodness. Have you seen the yellow arrow as soon as I put the throttle up slightly? Watch. But just keep her idle just for now. So I've always had this problem where I over accelerate. So let's just keep it as it is. If that's what it says, then that's what it says. I've not hit the red zone yet. 1,000 feet.
1,000.
I'm staying off the throttle because I keep getting an urgent. If I say go around, can you hit the fully up? I don't need to. Slight drift there, but nothing to worry about just yet. So I'm under speed now. Ah,
400.
can I still do this, or should I go around?
You can do it, but watch out with the rudders.
Yeah, in real life this is a go around. It's doing it for me. I'm not. Yeah, it's doing it for me. So I didn't control that at all. Okay. Shut up. She'll be there in about 3 seconds. It's a hell of a drift to the right, this thing. It might be the wind.
Try next time, keep off the rudders.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a go. I didn't think I was going to make that one the first time, so... okay, let me just pay attention to the... Stop. Right, is this putting me back on? Here it is. A little bit too much speed. And it's the flap. I've got the flap down. And it's come to 250. So that'll go in a few seconds. So just...
Do you want to go to auto throttle, auto thrust? Or at idle at the moment?
Okay, where's the... Sorry, I'm... Oh, auto throttle.
And then
okay.
throttle to here. No, it's...
I'll have that preset anyway. We know what we're doing. So yeah, so one thing that I panicked a little bit on final there.
Stay off the rudders.
Yeah, because I felt like I was about to drop.
Yeah.
But I think it was to do with the terrain, because suddenly the ocean wasn't there, and then but it's practice. So. However, look
and
how...
you were quite heavy on the rudders.
Mm.
So for, I don't know, I haven't ever landed A320, so I wouldn't know, but it looked a bit overcompensating, overcorrecting.
Oh, I get you now. Sure. So it's another go around for Daniel. What's that, number 3?
Yeah. At least there's some...
How did I manage to just do it on the first one? I've never been able to recreate that since. I think it was beginner's luck or something. Okay, let's bring her up to 220. That's the approach speed here. But yeah, see the projected speed based on the engine throttle. So that on final started to go right down to under 100. So it made me hit that to sort of... But the problem is the second you hit that, it just... Like literally...
Can't you leave auto thrust at 120 or 140, whatever you want?
I could
and
do...
then just disengage autopilot and let the plane manage the speed.
I could do. My fear is that I touch down and it still wants to maintain that speed. Unless I hit idle.
Well, you just go idle before touchdown.
Okay.
Then it disengages.
I
Disengages.
Oh, hang on, where's this taking me? What speed are we doing? 220? God, it feels like we're a lot faster.
I think it's going to or something.
Shall I just
You
do
can-
this manually?
You can go to FM. The MCDU. Then go to Python. Find their SM55 or SM553. This, yeah,
Oh, 555's there.
yeah, you can choose 555 and next.
Okay.
Bit less.
If need be, I'll just take over.
Because now it's going to holding position.
Yeah, but it took us this way last time, though. So I've got a
Okay.
oh, sorry.
You see, it's going holding. So,
As long as it lines me up, I'll come in. And then, 'cause it's not climbing, but we do need to go in that altitude. Let's see what it does.
Exit.
You want display?
Try. Okay, now we are, because it was going, you can see from here, it was going to the holding position. And then
yeah,
just stay
we're
there.
turning now. Okay.
And now we start.
I'd love to know what language that thing's written in.
Yeah.
You know when you like, if you put it in plain English, it's going to make more sense. However, I will not criticise.
Now we are.
So 220 again. I'll follow the relative speeds. It worked quite well last time, so. I'm coming in at any cost on the next approach.
Yeah. Well, we don't have fuel anymore.
Yeah. Well, we've got 700 kilos. Oh god. Less than a ton. Okay. However, we've done alright today. So compared to the last one, it's a level of constant improvement. So. Okay, I want to put 180. I'm going. Well, I want to. So I will. Let's just bring that fuel down a bit. Take it easy on the flaps because of the fuel.
Traffic.
Why am I getting a traffic warning? Joao, was that you? Petty, have we got unlimited fuel on, by the way? Reset the view in anticipation. So, I definitely have to try and land. In real life, it's one of those situations that if I don't manage this one, I will be forced to divert. But in this virtual world, we don't have that option today. But I'm not overpressuring myself, otherwise, that's when you make mistakes. So. This is how remarkably accurate it is. Is it unlimited?
No.
Okay, that's not good. Do it then. Let's see. Oh, there we
For
go.
the sake of landing practices, we have only 500 kilos of fuel on board. I will.
580. I think we'll
Yeah.
make it actually.
If you think we can make it, then yes.
We have
I can-
700 on the go around. So the issue is.
But I
if
can also, for the sake of landing practice, I can turn it to
Okay.
unlimited.
Okay, we've got. Yeah, let's see if we do it. Can you turn? Are you alright just to turn it on at unlimited just in case?
Yes.
Let's see if we can. I still want to be able to get to it in. Oh. Okay. Take some of the pressure off.
Yeah, and because we are here to practice, it's more beneficial for you
I
to
guarantee
practice
if
landing
I
than-
never knew and like I was like revving the thing, I'd still probably make it. But it's like one of those situations, you know, when you want time, when you're trying to like take your time because you've arrived early or something.
Yeah.
And any other day, like when you're trying to take your time, time goes. When you're trying to go, I don't know what am I trying to say. When you're trying to take your time, time goes really slow or something. There was a phrase in my head that I've completely forgot what it is. I'm approach speed already. Right, so that circuit speed is 185. Keep that as she is now. Okay, right, final downwind, final approach. So 2002 is mandatory. Yeah, okay. That was 205. We're well under. I just don't want it to make me do a go around this time because I didn't. I get that Airbus has stall protection, but I just want to like bloody do it myself. But yeah, it's clever though how well it's modelled. But right, anyway, let's reset the view. And we'll have our second attempt. I'm just reading the chart because there's all these facts and numbers,
Oh, yeah.
and it's fascinating. Oh, there it is. How's your fuel situation, Joel? Was your touch and go planned? Because mine wasn't. Oh, okay. So 15 miles. Nautical miles. I'll just keep it on flaps 3 just as long as possible, just so I don't want to create the drag for the fuel burn. So let's see. altitude for final descent, so 13 miles to go. This confused me initially because I thought this was the airport, but it's actually here.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought that was the actual runway. Because it says R12, so I assumed it was runway 12, but
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've read one of these.
Yeah. Might help you if you try to be a bit
Yeah.
lower a bit earlier.
At least they got a nice little beacon this time. They were like, he needs help. I'll keep the autopilot helping me out as long as possible.
Oh yeah.
Flight attendants, please be careful.
Is that me or you?
Nah, I think that's you.
Let's have a look. Oh, ain't she pretty? So, A320, 35 degrees of flap when she's at full flap. So if it was an A319, it'd be 40. And if it was an A321, it would be 20, I believe, because she's that long. She has a 20-degree flap just to avoid tail strikes. I don't need to remember that. I'm not doing an ILS. I'm waiting for the nose to dip, that's why. But okay, let's keep it going.
It's 260. The runway elevation.
Okay. I'm going to disconnect now. Okay. Full flat. Lots of brakes are on. Going too fast, but she's managing me.
You are climbing.
Pardon?
You are climbing.
I know, but I'm trying. It's very unnatural to be fine with the auto throttle, that's all. So I'm just going to go slightly right and then I'll correct it now. I'm trying to stay off the rudder, that's why. Rudder's really good when you fly in a Cessna 152, not necessarily this. Also, I'm flying on the side. That's not natural to me as well.
Your vertical speed up is only minus 200 units descent. Push.
One thousand.
I don't feel like I'm slowing down.
400. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
I think here's a turn.
Yeah.
If you can make it.
Yeah, because I didn't want to do the backtrack at the end of the...
Oh, there you go, Joao.
Thanks for scaring the life out of me then, Joao.
That wasn't a bad landing. A lot better when you keep your feet off the rudder.
I know, it's Are we already at the gate? Oh, I can see Joao just there. This isn't Top Gun, you know, Joao. So God, my God, this that does make you tense. So I'm going to rest her here. So we made it with 180 kilograms of fuel. So parking brake on. However,
APU.
yes, this is what we forgot last time. So we start with, I want to do this from memory now. So master, we give it a few seconds. And I remember Big P saying it was 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it generates off, excuse me. So that was there, and then start, and then we should hear a noise, a really distinctive APU noise. Okay, and then if we look at, it's one of these. I think it's to do with
APU.
yeah. Oh, there. Okay, APU's coming up now.
What does the APU bleed? What does that do?
Basically, it's you know when something takes in too much air,
Okay.
and it's like a bleed. Basically, imagine a river, and you've got like an off. So yeah, so it's because obviously engines are hot things as well. So crossfeed APU. Oh, why did I just turn the generator off? I was meant to turn the bleed on, not the generator off. See? Anyway, I think we're good. So, with our last remaining 140 kilos, bring these engines down now.
Ah, you made it.
Well, we did it, yeah. That might be definitely the tightest fuel situation we've had, but here we go. Right, let's have a look at Joao. I'm going to judge him really bad. He's still at 1,000. Okay. So there's the APU exhaust there. So. Okay, let's see how he does.
Oh, he's coming down fast.
Yeah, but Joao's a big fan of the 5,000 feet per minute descent. Oh, see, he's coming deliberately on this angle, so I can't see him. Okay, he's going to do this. Okay. So he's coming on a much steeper circuit than, but we've stuck to the chart. So.
Yeah, I think he's doing what we were kind of supposed to do.
Tom Cruise version.
Yeah.
But one more practice anyway. I wish I knew what speed he was doing at the moment. I feel quite tense watching Joao. Ah, look at that, eh? Well, you had to kick the rudder like me then. Okay, so...
Nice landing, Joao.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, however, backtrack now, Joao. What speed did you touch down there? Right, just while he taxis towards us, let's carry out the last of the checklist of today, guys. So, our goal of this channel is to get everything as realistic as possible. So, spoilers are disarmed. Landing lights go off. These I don't like. Did I turn them off then? Oh. Did I even turn them off? Retract. Oh yeah. Okay. Flaps retracted. Engines on norm. Yeah. ATC standby. Okay, these are done as well. Weather radar off standby. That's inside. Oh, do they model that? I'm curious. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
That's what that is, okay. So packing, yeah. Brakes are on, packing brakes on. Anti-ice off. So. APU blades switch. Oh, off. Okay. So 1 and 2 is off. Ground torque established. Slides disarmed. Exterior lights as required. So well, let's get them off now. Oh yeah, we could turn the seatbelts off. And my poor passengers. But knowing people this day and age, they're already like up stood in the aisles and fighting with each other. Beacon off. That's off. Yes, off. Logo off. Okay. Fuel quantity. Yeah, we've definitely checked that one. So security. The aircraft. Fuel pumps are off.
No, this is engine master. Fuel pumps are there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Most like manual. Okay, we don't need that one. Cross feed is on. That could be off. Okay. Curious about this one as well. Securing the aircraft. Parking brake on. Yeah. Crew supply. Yeah. Bleed is off. Emergency. Yeah, that's off. Smoking is off. Surprising. Okay. Do you know people always saying, why do they still have ashtrays in aircraft? The reason is, if someone actually does light a cigarette, there needs to be somewhere for the cigarette to go.
Yeah, so they don't put it in the...
the trash can.
It's not off yet. Now it's autumn. Push again down.
Ah, okay.
Then it's off, and here is the emergency light. It's armed, and now it's off.
Okay.
Yeah.
External power is required. We've got the APU going, so we're okay. Batteries are off. Are they off? No, they're not off. Going up. That might have helped before.
Okay.
Right, let's see where our friend Joao is. Old Tom Cruise himself. Oh, has he left us? Has he abandoned us?
Yeah, maybe he did another. Oh, here it is.
Oh, look at that. I got to take a
There you
photo
go.
of that. Oh, that's so cool. Where's my phone? Joao, don't move. And don't end.
Let me take one point.
Oh, that's so cool.
There you go. Screenshots. It's
So
saved.
Victor India. I've flown on Victor India. I haven't flown on Victor Foxtrot yet, so... Isn't Victor India a 21? No, Victor, of course. Excuse me, Tango Victor. I'm sorry for any of the purist aviation fans there, but... Right, that is a beautiful shot to end today, guys. Sorry, I'm just taking over now, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, big thank you, guys. What me and Petty tend to do, we always debrief afterwards, have a couple of drinks, go over... Because obviously when you're doing it, there's things that he sees that I don't and things like that. But hope everyone enjoyed it. I had a really good time today. And if we compare it to the last flights as well, again, it's every flight we do seems to get, not shorter, but it seems to get like less work and things like that. So, and a big shout out to these pilots that do such an amazing job as well. So, anyone that thinks it's like playing a computer game is liar. And if you want to do this, guys, get in touch with us. So make sure you sub. I'm going to hand you over to the actual channel owner here because
Yeah, I have not much to add. Thank you for joining, and hopefully you are as excited as I am of the future plans with starting to kind of advance our home cockpit things, and on the list there's definitely going to be autopilot panels for A320 and all that once I get hang
got
of
a list.
everything, but it's gonna be work in progress, slowly getting there. It's not free, it's not cheap, so it will take time to slowly build everything in.
always working towards something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Working towards something. It's time for us to go debriefing. So
We have our
thank you.
version of debriefing, yes.
Yes. Thank you everyone for joining, and we will see again.